One thing that I wanted to ask about before we go into some of the random questions that we had to or that we want to ask you at the end, is about confidence. I know you spoke on this a little bit before, in how you try and manage your team and how much you think the mental side of the game is important. I know you said you like to give a rest day after a game, not only because of the physical draining or the amount that you lose physically, but also the mental tax that you have after a game. You like to give that day off because of that. But how do you deal with 25 to 30 players that all have different brains and all have different ways of thinking about the game? How do you deal with them when some of them aren't confident? Maybe you have a player that you signed or that you brought in that's a really good player and you really want them to be a key part of your squad, but they don't feel confident. Or you have a player that's young, that doesn't have the same mental strength yet, that needs to develop that. Obviously, it seems like you're a very charismatic, passionate person. So how do you deal with people and their different brains and needing to get them all on the same page?
I think that the most important is you speak the truth and honesty with every player. This is what I speak. I speak always, always, always the truth. Always with honesty. I speak a lot with my players. I want to know, and every problems that we have, we resolve together. Always, always. If someone have a problem, I close dressing room, I put the problem out, and everybody can speak and try to help. And I always speak with the truth. When I speak with the player to come, I never say that he will play every games, every minutes. I always speak that I can help him arrive next level if he want, if he training for that. I help, but the work is him need to do the work, not me. I help. And I never, every players, of course, we know that we have 25 players. We have that many players play more than other players. And we need to be direct.
Mm-hmm.
And direct. Everybody need to understand that everybody is important. Because with 11 players or 13 players, I cannot do a good training. I training this season a lot of times with 13 players because I have a lot of injuries. 2 players broken legs, red cards, 6. I have 3 weeks that player. I have 3-4 players every week sick. They don't training. So every players are important, but they need to understand. They need to understand what the rule he have inside the team.
Yeah.
For example, I give you an example last season. Last season, we have a goalkeeper that he is policeman. And he worked 2,015 kilometers from here. And
Wow.
every game's he coming to sit bench.
Really? He would drive or somehow transport himself that far.
Sit bench.
Wow.
Really? And he was that committed to the team.
Every game.
That is
sit the bench.
So crazy.
This is the commitment that they need to understand. Everybody have the rule. Everybody have your rule inside the team. Mm-hmm. Some rule is he was very, very important for us because he sacrificed everything to come with us and sit bench. So every players need to do and give 100% because he do the same and he don't play. So everybody need to understand. And if you understand that, it's easy for you play. It's easy for you give 100% for the team.
Yeah.
And so this is the most important is everybody knows what is your rule inside. Everybody need to understand that and speak always the truth and honesty. This is the most important.